Hello, welcome to the Tuesday World Meditation. My name is Maureen, and I am happy to be here with you from my home in Boulder, Colorado. And I'm honored to share this sacred time and space with you where we are devoted to practicing and entering stillness together. So let us prepare this space right now by surrounding and protecting it with the love and the grace of God. I see no break. Okay, today I would like to read to you from chapter 10 in Greater Community Spirituality. And I chose this because looking out upon the world and seeing what's going on, I really felt I needed to review how to prepare. And it gives me a sense of direction here, and I'm hoping it does the same for you. So anyway, I will begin. I can't read the whole chapter because it's quite long, but there is a link in the screen, your screen, where you can continue reading where I left off. So here we go. Chapter 10, how do you prepare? Education in the greater community way of knowledge is quite unique. It calls upon a different kind of intelligence within you and creates a pathway to this intelligence that is quite distinct from your normal forms of education and details. Here you seek to wed your intellect with your deeper mind in the mind we call knowledge. Here the emphasis is on developing stillness and the ability to focus on things objectively, two very high functions of the mind. Because knowledge does not think like your personal mind, there has to be a bridge between them. Building this bridge enables knowledge to communicate to you and enables you to receive its guidance, its blessings, and its protection. Without this bridge, you will feel like you are split between your personal mind, which thinks one way and wants certain things, and knowledge, which thinks in a different way and has a greater purpose than the personal mind. Building this bridge represents the purpose of education in the greater community way of knowledge. To prepare, you will need several significant things. First, you will need the correct preparation. You cannot use human spirituality, human philosophy, human idealism, and human motivation to attain a greater community understanding of knowledge. Instead, you will need a unique form of education, which we are providing for you here. Human wisdom and human understanding will only take you so far. This is a greater mountain to climb. You will need a special focus, a map, and a pathway in order to undertake the great preparation in the way of knowledge. In addition, you will need the correct curriculum, instruction, attitude, companions, and way of evaluating your progress. As we have mentioned, the curriculum is vital. You must take the correct way up the mountain or you will lose your way. You will come to a dead end and find yourself meandering about, not certain where you are going. The curriculum that we are providing is designed specifically to enable men and women to gain a greater understanding of life, a greater community understanding and perspective, which establish a greater vantage point from which to see yourself and others with compassion and understanding. If you alter the curriculum or try to marry it to other things you are accustomed to, or to things that you appreciate, you will not find the correct way and you will not progress. You must follow the way as it is given, without altering it, without deleting anything, and without adding on things that you learned before. In fact, here you must really begin as a beginner. Forget what you have learned, leave aside your ideas and your philosophy. Do not try to make this new education the same as something else. Do not try to make it continuous with something else. You cannot learn a greater community way of knowledge based upon a previous education. You must start from the beginning and be a beginner. This approach is the wisest one, for this enables you to proceed with an open mind and to escape the limitations that your assumptions, beliefs, and attitudes will certainly place upon you. The correct curriculum requires the correct attitude. The correct attitude is one of a beginner. If you have a beginner's mind, you will have an open mind, and here you will be able to see things as they are, not as you think they must be or prefer them to be. Here there is a greater distinction between an education in knowledge and the education that you have found in the world. In the world, you always build upon what you have learned in the past, adding new things as you go along. As you advance, you become more selective in what you learn because you want to validate what you have learned already. Thus, the intent of education, which is to learn something new, to experience something new, and to be able to do something new, becomes lost because increasingly you will attempt to validate the past. Here you will become more fearful and anxious about the future, less willing to see things as they really are, and less open to new ideas, new experiences, and new capabilities. Here, the mind closes down upon itself. It often does this with the belief that it is open and accessible, when in fact it has become such a filtering mechanism that very little new information can come into it, either from within or from without. How different is the way of knowledge? How different is the preparation in learning greater community knowledge and wisdom? Here you must start from the beginning and constantly set aside things you think you understand, things that you believe in, things that you believe have to be in the world, and things you hold true about yourself, others, and life in general. You must keep opening yourself to something new. What you will experience will confirm knowledge within you and open new arenas of experience to you. Here you will find yourself venturing into the unknown with only knowledge and the strength of your companions to assure you. This open attitude is essential throughout your preparation. As soon as you think you fully understand the curriculum and can define it for yourself and others, your progress will stop. Here you can make some very dangerous and unhappy conclusions. Learning a greater community way of knowledge is a great undertaking and preparation. You cannot study it for a few weeks or a few months or a few years and master it. That is why we say there are no masters in the world. There are only proficient students. Therefore, seek to become a proficient student, which will indeed make you seem masterful to others. However, as soon as you think that you have arrived and that your education is complete, your studenthood will come to an end and your mind will begin to close in upon itself. You will stop where you are and begin to slide backwards. You can see the evidence of this in the self-proclaimed leadership of many people who profess to know great things and have great methodologies. However, unless their minds are fresh and open, unless they are pliable and can adapt to new experiences, these people become increasingly fixated upon the past and increasingly defensive about their own position and understanding. As a result, they become increasingly selective about what they will experience and less open to life, to relationships, to knowledge, and to real wisdom. The correct attitude must also include the willingness to correct anything that obstructs the reclamation of knowledge. Those beliefs, those attitudes, those ambitions, those cherished needs, and those personal demands that infringe on and limit your ability to experience life as it will be in the next moment, and as it is destined to be in the future. This takes great courage and a desire for honesty. Indeed, this far exceeds most people's definitions of and boundaries for honesty. Here you must continue to push the boundary of honesty and come back to what you know, which is distinct from what you want or believe. This is an act of personal integrity and a statement of real honesty. You must love the truth more than anything else, and your love of the truth must grow. You must be able to feel truth as distinct from other forms of stimulation, self-validation, pleasure, fulfillment, or anything else. For the truth has its own experience, which is unique. As you are able to identify it, value it, and experience it again and again, you will want to return to it. Here you learn to make your own wise decisions. And as you learn to make your own wise decisions, you will be able to help others to make wise decisions for themselves. Because the preparation is so great and requires so much time and patience, we encourage you to go slowly and consistently. We encourage you to practice daily, but without a sense of urgency or impatience. There are many things you must learn the first year. There are many things you must learn the next year, the year after that, and the year after that. You cannot see what is up ahead for you to learn. Beginning students always think that they are on the verge of accomplishment. Intermediate students think that they are on the verge of mastery. Advanced students realize they are on the verge of simply learning the next step. This represents a mature attitude that recognizes the challenge, the difficulty, and the need, and the reward. You must advance far enough to gain this mature approach. Advance in age does not guarantee this mature approach. Advancement in the way of knowledge and advancement in true preparation are the only things that can assure this. This will show you the true lessons in life and how difficult they are to learn, how necessary they are to learn, and what the results of learning them are. Your experience will confirm this. So I'm going to stop here and encourage you again to continue finishing the chapter on your own. So now let us take some time to go into stillness together. Please take whatever time you need to read your own step. And we will spend 30 minutes together in stillness. Nasi Navarro. I would like to read to you some information about the messenger. Let's focus on the messenger. I'd like to read to you from Protecting the Message and the Messenger, which was revealed to Marshall Van Summers on November 26th, 2014 in Boulder, Colorado. To begin to take this journey, you must examine your motives from the very outset. You must understand your condition as honestly as you can. Ask yourself if you are truly living the life you are meant to live, and listen deeply within yourself for a true response. This begins a greater engagement of many steps, an engagement that will lead you to thresholds in your life through which you must pass. And you will pass through them if you keep the revelation pure and uncorrupted in your own experience. In this way, you represent the message and the messenger correctly, while people around you will misperceive these things and misconstrue them at every turn. You must keep the revelation pure and focused and not align it with other things so that its strength and power can be expressed to you. You must share this with those whose hearts are open and who are reaching for a greater purpose and meaning in life. They will come to you in time. You cannot waste this on those who will not know and cannot know, and who are fortified against it by their own position and state of mind. This is how revelation can build a true worldwide community of respondents through which it can flow and influence the direction and the decision-making of all humanity in time. How this functions is beyond human understanding, for your mind is not big enough to contain this in its entirety. But you are part of a greater plan, not of your own making, and you are sent into the world to do this, you see, though it is very different from your own designs, goals, and incentives. If you have the humility and the understanding that you cannot fulfill yourself and that you need to reconnect with your source in the purest possible way, then you will put yourself into a position to encounter the pure revelation and to take the steps that you must take, and follow the pathway that you must follow. Your heart will be so happy that you can do this. You have never been able to satisfy yourself really in this world. God is doing this to keep you here with a greater purpose, not to take you away. Much has been done to bring you here. A great deal of effort has been made to make it possible for you to enter the world at this time, under these circumstances. Why would God waste that? Any progress you make has benefit for others, and the achievements you make in following the revelation have great benefit for the world. Do not assign to yourself a great role, but be a humble student of knowledge, and that will take you where you really need to go. Protect the message and the messenger by keeping the revelation pure within yourself and present it purely to others, bringing them to it without trying to explain everything to them. Your explanations will be incomplete and perhaps dangerously incorrect. The revelation will speak to them if they can hear. It is a challenge for everyone's honesty, you see, and humility and sincerity. It is a test for everyone whether they can respond or not. But it's not up to you to judge them or condemn them if they should fail this test at the outset. Perhaps they are not ready. Perhaps they have not suffered enough or failed enough at their own ambitions. Perhaps they have not seen the limits of their own understanding significantly to recognize that they must have the new revelation from God. Do not change the words of the teaching. Do not alter the text of the teaching. Do not try to make it more comfortable for yourself. For the revelation is here to take you beyond where you have been, not to fortify where you are now, which is unhappy, fearful, and unaware of greater things that you must understand. If you want God to help you, you must be willing to change your life, which in most cases is changing your thinking at certain points, changing your circumstances. Otherwise, you will want God to be your errand boy to give you favors and dispensations to help you build your life of separation, which can never be successful. Stand by the message and the messenger as they become known in the world. Do not abandon them. It will show you who really is with you in life and who is not. It will show you who is really open and who is not, who has humility and sincerity and who does not, who is moving forward and who is not, who wants to hear and who does not, who seeks to know the truer meaning of their life and who does not. Honor the messenger, but know that he is the messenger, greater than the average person he is, for he is angelic, but he is not a god and must not be worshipped. He has part of the revelation within him, you see. To know him is to meet him. To learn of him in his lifetime is of the greatest importance. He is an older man now, so time is important here. This is the greatest event in the world, the greatest event that has happened in over 1,000 years. And you are alive at this time. You are here to learn to receive, to reconcile your life, to escape self-condemnation and the condemnation of others, to escape a compromised and unhappy life that could never be fulfilling by building a new foundation within yourself in the purest possible way. God has shown the way, and the way is before you now. So let us take a moment to be with the messenger. Send him our love, our gratitude for what he has brought to the world. And now take a moment to see if there's anyone else in your life or in the world that you feel could use a quality of strength or encouragement or some other quality that you think they may need, and pass that on to them at this time. Nasina Varakaram. Thank you for joining us, and have a great day.